आप सभी का स्वागत है आज की इस वीडियो में, जिसमें हम अपने पेशेंट्स की ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन जर्नीज दिखाएंगे। तो ये हैं हमारे पहले पेशेंट जो अपने हेयर फॉल की समस्या से जूझ रहे थे। तो आइए जानते हैं इनकी ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन जर्नी उन्हीं की जुबानी।
थोड़ी देर भले ही रुक जा रहा था हेयर फॉल, लेकिन उसके बाद जब आप मेडिसिन खाना बंद कर देते हैं तो उसके बाद हेयर फॉल फिर से शुरू हो जा रहा था। ट्रांसप्लांट से पहले मुझे थोड़ा डर लग रहा था। मेरा नाम दिलीप है, मैं मंडी का रहने वाला हूं, जो कि हिमाचल प्रदेश में है। और मेरे ट्रांसप्लांट को अब 1 महीना हो चुका है और आज मैं अपनी फर्स्ट पीआरपी के लिए क्लिनिक आया हूँ। मेरा हेयर फॉल लगभग जब मैं 20 साल का था तब शुरू हो गया था। लेकिन स्टार्टिंग में इतना पता नहीं लगता है, क्योंकि काफ़ी वॉल्यूम होता है बालों का, तो इतना फील नहीं होता कि हेयर फॉल ज़्यादा हो रहा है। लेकिन धीरे धीरे जैसे आपका वॉल्यूम कम हो जाता है तो फील होने लग जाता है कि काफ़ी जो है बॉल्डनेस आ रही है धीरे धीरे। तो जब मेरा हेयर फॉल शुरू हुआ तो स्टार्टिंग में मैंने इतना ध्यान नहीं दिया, लेकिन जब बहुत ज़्यादा हेयर फॉल हो गया तो उसके बाद मैंने बहुत सारी चीज़ें ट्राई की, चेक भी करवाया बहुत जगह पे, कुछ मेडिकेशंस जो डॉक्टर ने बताई वो भी ट्राई की। लेकिन जो मेडिकेशन थी उनसे थोड़े टाइम के लिए डिले हो जा रहा था जो हेयर फॉल था। लेकिन धीरे धीरे थोड़ी देर भले ही रुक जा रहा था हेयर फॉल, लेकिन उसके बाद जब आप मेडिसिन खाना बंद कर देते हैं तो उसके बाद हेयर फॉल फिर से शुरू हो जा रहा था। तो फाइनली जब बहुत ही ज़्यादा मुझे बॉल्डनेस फील हो रही थी और मुझे ऐसा लग रहा था कि अब दवाई खाने से कोई फ़र्क नहीं होगा, तो उसके बाद मैंने फाइनली डिसाइड किया था कि मैं अपना ट्रांसप्लांट कराऊंगा। तो जब मैंने ये सोच लिया कि मुझे हेयर ट्रांसप्लांट कराना है तो उसके बाद मैंने रिसर्च करना स्टार्ट कर दी कि मैं कहाँ अपना हेयर ट्रांसप्लांट कराऊं। तो मैं ऑनलाइन चेक करने लग गया काफ़ी जगह पे, कहाँ पे क्लिनिक्स हैं और उनके क्या प्राइस है, पर ग्राफ्ट क्या रेट है और रिज़ल्ट कैसे हैं क्लिनिक में। तो ऐसे ही सर्च करते करते मुझे यूट्यूब पे QHT की वीडियोस मिली, और जब मैंने रिज़ल्ट देखे, QHT के लगभग रोज़ 2 से 3 वीडियोस ट्रांसप्लांट की अपलोड होती हैं। तो जब मैंने रिज़ल्ट देखे तो मुझे काफ़ी अच्छे रिज़ल्ट लगे और काफ़ी नेचुरल रिज़ल्ट थे। बाकी क्लिनिक्स और QHT में मुझे यही डिफरेंस लगा कि QHT में जो रिज़ल्ट थे वो बहुत ज़्यादा नेचुरल थे। मतलब अगर किसी को नहीं पता हो कि आपने ट्रांसप्लांट कराया तो नहीं लग रहा था आइडिया कि आपका ट्रांसप्लांट हुआ है। तो इसलिए मैंने यहाँ पे ट्रांसप्लांट कराया। और ट्रांसप्लांट से पहले मुझे थोड़ा डर लग रहा था। आई थिंक सभी को ही लगता होगा कि दर्द होगी, कितना टाइम लगेगा, कैसे होगा ट्रांसप्लांट, सही होगा नहीं होगा। लेकिन जब मेरा ट्रांसप्लांट हुआ तो जब से मैंने क्लिनिक में एंटर किया ट्रांसप्लांट कराने के लिए, तो उसके बाद यहाँ जो भी स्टाफ था उन्होंने बहुत ज़्यादा ध्यान रखा। उन्होंने जो भी मेरे मन में डाउट्स थे वो सारे क्लियर किए। और उसके बाद फाइनली सर्जरी हुई। और सर्जरी के टाइम मैं बोलूँगा कि इतना पेन नहीं होता है, मतलब आप आराम से पेन को टॉलरेट कर सकते हो, क्योंकि आपके स्कैल्प पे एनेस्थीसिया लगा होता है। तो आपको बस एनेस्थीसिया का दर्द होगा स्टार्टिंग में, उसके बाद आपको कुछ भी फील नहीं होता है। आप मतलब मैं अगर अपने ट्रांसप्लांट की बात करूं तो मैं ऑलमोस्ट फुल डे मेरा ट्रांसप्लांट था, तो मैं पूरे दिन काफ़ी रिलैक्स था ट्रांसप्लांट के टाइम। और मुझे इतना याद भी नहीं रहा सच बोलूं ट्रांसप्लांट का जो टाइम था, क्योंकि आप काफ़ी रिलैक्स होते हो उस टाइम और आपको इतना पता नहीं लगता है, ना ही आपको दर्द करना पता लगता है। तो मेरे सर्जरी में टोटल 5600 ग्राफ्ट जो थे इम्प्लांट हुए थे, जिसमें मेरा सारा स्कैल्प, क्राउन रीजन और नए टेम्पल्स बनाए थे डॉक्टर्स ने। 2 या 3 दिन के बाद मेरा डोनर रीजन जो था वो कम्प्लीटली हील हो गया था। और जैसे ही मेरा ट्रांसप्लांट खत्म हुआ था, नेक्स्ट डे मैं घर चले गया था। तो मुझे डेली सुबह और शाम 2 टाइम QHT से फ़ोन आता था, वो मेरी डेली कंडीशंस पूछते थे। बाकी ट्रांसप्लांट के बाद इतना कुछ इशू नहीं होता है। लगभग आपको 1 वीक तक मेनली जो आपको ज़्यादा ध्यान रखना पड़ता है, क्योंकि 1 वीक के बाद आपका डोनर रीजन भी कम्प्लीटली हील हो गया होता है और जो रिसिपिएंट एरिया होता है उसमें भी जो आपके ग्राफ्ट होते हैं वो काफ़ी अच्छे से लग गए होते हैं। और 5th डे में आपके हेयर भी वॉश हो जाता है। जो फर्स्ट वॉश है वो 5th डे से शुरू हो जाता है। तो जो आपके थोड़े क्लॉट्स बने होते हैं वो भी धीरे धीरे साफ हो जाते हैं 2-3 दिन में। तो लगभग 1 वीक के बाद आप अपनी जो नॉर्मल रूटीन है आप कंटिन्यू कर सकते हो। मैंने भी ऑलमोस्ट 1 वीक के बाद अपनी जो डेली रूटीन थी वो मैंने स्टार्ट कर दी थी। मेरा जो सर्जरी का यहाँ पे एक्सपीरियंस था उसके बाद मैं सभी को यही बोलूँगा, मैं तो डेफिनेटली QHT रिकमेंड करूँगा, क्योंकि मेरा अपना एक्सपीरियंस भी बहुत अच्छा रहा QHT में। जब मैंने पहली बार फ़ोन किया उस दिन से लेके आज मेरी फर्स्ट PRP है अब तक का। तो अभी तो मुझे वेट करना पड़ेगा, अभी थोड़ा पेशेंस रखना पड़ेगा। और मुझे पता है कि बस अब 1-2 मंथ की बात है और उसके बाद फिर नए बाल आना शुरू हो जाएंगे और जो मेरा पुराना लुक था वो फिर से वापस आ जाएगा। और अब मैं आपसे मिलूंगा अपनी सेकंड PRP में, और मैं फिर से एक बार QHT को बहुत बहुत थैंक यू बोलना चाहूँगा। और चलिए मिलते हैं अगली वीडियो में।
If you have not subscribed to our channel yet, please like this video, share and subscribe to our channel, and don't forget to hit the bell icon so that you will get update on every video.
Now let's meet our next patient.
Hello viewers, today we are going to share the 9 months result of our patient who was confronting the challenges of diffuse grade 4 baldness. This baldness led to a receding hairline in an M-shaped pattern which receded so severely that it made the frontal area completely sparse from the sides and thinned the remaining, and it didn't stop here. It also affected his mid-scalp with thinning. The remaining scalp maintained a healthy growth. His donor area was also densely populated and full of healthy hair follicles. After a thorough scalp examination followed by a hair trim and a head wash session, our experts crafted a custom-shaped hairline tailored to his facial features, keeping the hairline slightly lower in the middle and at a precise distance of 7 cm from the glabella point. Additionally, the remaining recipient area was also outlined and the affected mid-scalp was also encircled for a comprehensive approach. During the procedure, our experts implanted single and thin hair follicles in the hairline zone to create a natural and soft look and make the hairline look perfect with his facial features. For the frontal area and mid-scalp, where more volume and density were needed, we strategically implanted double and triple hair follicles. This not only restored the fullness but also ensured a natural transition. In this case, a total of 3,500 grafts were implanted, all extracted from the patient's safe donor zone, ensuring long-lasting and natural results. One month post-transplant, when our patient visited the clinic for his follow-up PRP session, our experts noticed 60% shedding in the transplanted region, and the redness visible on the scalp was because of the surgical implantation of grafts. The native follicles were growing at its own pace, and in the meantime, his donor area also healed completely. Three months post-transplant, the shedding phase was concluded and the follicles entered the growth phase and were growing maturely. At this stage, the hair growth was uneven and his donor area became completely undetectable. Seven months post-transplant, the progress was impressive. His hairline had started to come in, framing his face naturally and giving him a defined look. The early growth in the frontal area and mid-scalp was noticeable, making a real difference in how his hair looked overall. By this point, about 80% of the expected density had filled in. The rest of the density will continue to develop in the next few months, adding even more volume and completing his transformation. Nine months post-transplant, the results were amazing, as the hairline was perfectly framing and enhancing his natural features. The frontal area and mid-scalp had gained light blockage density, with the seamless integration of transplanted and native hair strands. Even the untouched crown region, which had retained its natural swirl, now complemented the overall appearance, adding to the balanced look. His appearance was completely altered in comparison to the initial conditions. Now he had a fuller, healthier head of hair, giving him a renewed sense of confidence and various styling options that were previously bound because of baldness. If you found this patient's journey inspiring and are ready to regain your confidence and youthful appearance, Book a consultation with our experts today.
You just saw the transformation journey of our previous patient. Now, let's meet our next patient.
Welcome to the official YouTube channel of QHT Clinic. In today's video, we shared the impressive 9-month hair transplant journey of one of our patients who faced the challenges of diffuse grade 5A baldness. His hairline completely receded and changed into an M shape, which severely affected his frontal area also. Noticeable thinning was visible in the mid-scalp and crown area that affected his confidence and self-esteem. The crown was healed by the PRP and medication sessions. Thankfully, he had a healthy donor area which played a significant role in his transplant process. So, stay tuned for amazing results and don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Hairline designing is a perfect blend of art and science. Our experts designed a custom-shaped hairline that perfectly resonates with the patient's facial features, keeping the hairline slightly lower in the middle and at the exact distance of 7 cm from the glabella point. The marking of the hairline was done very precisely. The remaining affected areas were also marked. The procedure began with slit creation in the affected area where transplant was needed, a crucial step that ensures proper graft placement. To ensure a pain-free experience, local anesthesia was executed beforehand. Since slit creation is a time-intensive process, it took up a significant portion of the first day, along with other initial steps. Once the slits were ready, our experts proceeded with extraction and implantation while carefully following the pre-designed hairline and marked areas. They implanted single and thin hair follicles in the hairline zone to achieve a soft and natural look. For added density and volume in the frontal area and mid-scalp, a combination of double and triple hair follicles was placed to achieve a fuller appearance. In sparser areas, extra density was given to ensure better coverage and uniformity. In this transformation of 4,700 grafts were implanted and all extracted from the patient's safe donor and beard zone. After the procedure, our doctors gave the patient essential care instructions, which are very important for successful healing and optimal hair growth. For the first 5 to 8 days, it is very important to protect the scalp from dust, pollution and direct sunlight to avoid any risk. The patient was advised to wear a loose surgical cap and not to scratch the transplanted scalp at all. If it feels itchy, avoid touching it with your hands to keep the graft safe. Along with this, it is advised to apply a saline spray twice daily so that the transplanted area remains moisturized, clean and infection-free, and for a smooth recovery. 1 month later, when our patient came to the clinic for his follow-up PRP session, a PRP session was conducted to enhance healing, boost blood circulation while providing the transplanted and native follicles with essential growth factors that make them stronger and provide optimal results. At that time, our experts observed that the follicles were in their initial shedding phase, which is completely normal at this stage and is a part of the hair growth cycle. In addition, native follicles were growing at their natural speed, maintaining the existing density in the non-transplanted areas. Our experts also assessed the donor region, which had completely healed by this time. Two months post-transplant, the shedding phase continued as expected, lasting approximately 3 to 4 months. Compared to the first month PRP session, around 90% of the transplanted follicles had shed following the natural hair growth cycle. At this stage, many patients become concerned about hair loss, wondering why their newly transplanted hair is falling out. However, it's important to understand that only the hair strands shed, while the roots remain intact beneath the scalp. This is a normal and temporary phase in the hair restoration process. During this period, the implanted roots adapt to their new environment and prepare for the growth phase, where new permanent hair will begin to emerge in the coming months. Meanwhile, native hair continues to grow normally, ensuring a balanced and natural appearance. By this time, the donor area had completely healed, marking significant progress in the recovery process. By the 5th month, the transformation was clearly visible. The hairline had perfectly framed the patient's face, creating a natural and well-defined look. In the frontal and mid-scalp areas, there was a noticeable improvement in volume and density, making the hair appear much fuller. However, if we compare it closely, some minor thinning was still present, which is completely normal at this stage. This will continue to improve in the coming months as the hair strands thicken and new growth fills in the gaps. A significant change was also seen in the untouched crown area, where a swirl pattern had started forming naturally. With the support of PRP sessions and prescribed medications, this area was healing well. At the 9-month mark, the results were truly outstanding. The patient's new hairline was perfectly well defined, giving his face a natural and youthful look. The frontal area and mid-scalp were now covered with thick, voluminous hair, bringing back the fullness he had been missing for years. By this time, the density had improved significantly and the transplanted hair blended seamlessly with the existing hair. The texture and thickness matched so well that no one could tell he ever had baldness. But the biggest achievement was the freedom to style his hair however he wanted. He was no longer limited by baldness. Now he could try different haircuts and grooming styles, which boosted his confidence like never before. There is no need to say much about the results. The photos speak for themselves. The thick hair, the confidence on the face, and that radiant smile say it all. This is a life-changing transformation.
You just saw the transformation journey of our previous patient. Now, let's meet our next patient.
Hello everyone. Today we will look at a case study of patient dealing with Norwood grade 2 baldness. His hairline has completely receded along with the temples, and there was noticeable thinning in the frontal area. The rest of his scalp was still healthy. Fortunately, his donor area was dense and in good condition, which is key for a successful restoration. Our goal is to reconstruct his hairline and improve the density in the frontal area using advanced transplantation techniques, while considering his facial structure and aesthetic goals. During the procedure, our experts implanted single thin hair follicles using a zigzag pattern in the hairline zone to achieve a natural and soft look. The same follicles were implanted in the temples area, as this area plays a key role in the overall appearance. In the frontal region, double and triple hair follicles were used to create a fuller, more dense effect. A total of 2,800 grafts were extracted from the patient's safe donor zone. This strategic method ensured balanced, aesthetically pleasing results tailored to enhance the patient's natural features and overall hair aesthetics. One month after the transplant, our patient came to the clinic for his first follow-up PRP session. As expected, we saw only 70% shedding in the transplanted regions of his scalp. The native hairs on the scalp were growing maturely, and the donor area had healed completely. Three months after the transplant, the patient returned to the clinic for his follow-up PRP session. By this time, the shedding phase, which is a normal part of the hair growth cycle, had fully passed. The PRP treatment helped stimulate further hair growth, and the donor area had also healed completely during this period, showing no signs of complications. Five months post-transplant, the growth was impressive, as the hairline began to take shape along with the temple, significantly enhancing the patient's appearance. The frontal area had achieved 80% density with a noticeable blend of transplanted and native hair. Achieving such progress in just 5 months was a strong indicator that even more voluminous growth will become visible in the coming months. "12 months after the transplant, the patient shows significant improvement with truly commendable results. The hairline had blended seamlessly with the rest of the scalp, and the temples have naturally started to show outstanding growth. The frontal area, which was previously thinning and forming an M shape, now has much improved density. Overall, the patient's appearance has enhanced, boosting his confidence. The hairline is well defined and perfectly aligning with the patient's facial features. The transplanted and native hairs blend smoothly, creating a fuller, more natural look. The patient now enjoys styling his hair freely, with noticeable volume and healthy growth throughout the scalp. This is 12 months result, which clearly shows that hair transplant results are permanent, as many people often believe that they are temporary."
You just saw the transformation journey of our previous patient. Now, let's meet our next patient who was struggling with diffuse grade 5A hair loss. Let's hear about his journey in his own words. Today, we are going to share the 7-month progress of our patient who was facing the challenges of diffuse grade 5A baldness that caused a receded hairline in a typical M-shaped pattern, making the frontal area pass on the sides. The remaining frontal area and mid-scalp were affected by the thinning, which made him look older than his actual age. The crown region was replicating a perfect swirl, but the volume around it is quite less, which can be treated with the combination of PRP and medication. He had a good donor area full of healthy hair follicles, crucial for transformation. After a thorough scalp analysis, our experts crafted a custom-shaped hairline according to the patient's facial features, keeping the hairline slightly lower in the middle and at the precise distance of 6.9 centimeters from the glabella point. Along with the hairline, the entire affected area was outlined to guide the implantation process, ensuring even coverage. During the procedure, our experts implanted single and thin hair follicles in the hairline zone to create a natural and soft look, as the hairline can make or break one's appearance. In the frontal area and mid-scalp, double and triple hair follicles were implanted, creating a fuller look. In this case, a total of 4,200 grafts were implanted, all extracted from the patient's safe donor zone. One month post-transplant, when our patient visited the clinic for his follow-up PRP session, our experts noticed 50% shedding in the transplanted area. In this period, the PRP enhances healing, boosts blood circulation, and provides essential growth factor to strengthen both the transplanted and native follicles for optimal results. 2 months post-transplant, the shedding phase was concluding as all the follicles had shed. At the same time, many patients got concerned about their newly transplanted hair, that why they are losing it. However, it is important to understand that only the hair strands fall out while the roots remain intact beneath the scalp. During this period, the implanted roots adapt to their new environment and prepare for the anagen growth phase, where fresh, permanent hair begins to emerge in the coming months. Five months post-transplant, our patient has moved beyond the shedding phase as follicles have now successfully transitioned into a robust growth stage. His hairline was taking shape, while the follicles in the frontal area and mid-scalp were maturing well and adapting to the texture of native follicles. The untouched crown region was also developing a perfect whorl, adding fullness to the overall scalp. This progress has significantly enhanced his appearance, though it remains an early phase of growth, with final results still to come as the hair continues to strengthen and mature. Seven months post-transplant, the first glimpse of the final results comes to light. His hairline was perfectly framing his facial features, bringing back the youthful and energetic appearance that he was yearning for. The frontal area and mid-scalp have achieved light blockage density with the seamless integration of transplanted and native hair. Now his scalp boosts lush, voluminous growth, enhancing his overall appearance. The best part is that these results are expected to keep improving, with even more noticeable changes anticipated over the coming months. We'll continue to update you on his progress in the months ahead. In the meantime, book a consultation with our experts to start your hair restoration journey.
Hello friends, if you have not subscribed to our channel yet, please like this video, share and subscribe to our channel, and don't forget to hit the bell icon so that you will get update on every video.